Every app on this screen is somebody's business, and they pay me to keep it that way. The bike shop, the restaurant, the wine bar when Nadia's got a tasting on. Here's the part I don't say out loud on client calls. I make fun of people for running a company out of one sacred spreadsheet, and my own invoicing doesn't even get a spreadsheet. It's a folder of documents with names like Final 2 and Final for Real, and somewhere in there I never billed anyone for July. So this brief is for me, my clients, which ones pay monthly and which ones pay per job, a status on every invoice, and one number at the top that says what I'm owed. Okay, so while it's thinking the shape of my money, because the app has to match it, 2 clients pay me a flat amount every month, Kestrel and the restaurant, a few hundred each to keep their apps alive and keep the small changes flowing. Everybody else pays per job when there is one. Which sounds easy to run, and then you blink, it's the 12th, and you cannot remember whether the restaurant's invoice went out, because monthly money is boring, and boring is precisely what I forget. The tools I keep almost buying all want to sell me time tracking on top of it at $30 a month forever. I don't sell hours. Selling hours was my 20s. This thing tracks who owes me and stops there. It's back and it's filled itself with sample clients and sample invoices, which gives me a working baseline before I've typed a thing. So out go the samples. In goes the real roster. Kestrel at $350 a month, Nonna Lucia's at $400, and the one-off from Sable's Autumn Tasting, which I've only just gotten around to invoicing, which is sort of the point of all this. Add those up and I'm owed $1,350, which until about a minute ago lived nowhere except my rough sense of dread. Numbers on screens are easy though, so... First test. Nadia pays the Sable job, marked paid, the RAW flips to green, and the big number up top now reads $750, okay? It's a ledger now. It moves when the money moves. Then there's next month, which is the part I actually dread, so let's look at it early. September. And it already knows what September means. Both retainers, not yet invoiced, waiting on me. One press, and it drafts both invoices on its own, with the right amounts and the right due dates. The month view flips to done, which used to be a question I answered by scrolling a folder. The ritual this replaces was me being this button, slowly, once a month, copying last month's document and hoping I changed everything that needed changing. I'm keeping the last step for myself, deliberately. It drafts. I read it. I send it. Automatic can come later, when I've stopped enjoying this part. Overdue is the state this whole thing exists for, and I'm not waiting a month to see it. Test invoice, due 3 weeks ago, in it goes, and there's the red $200 overdue, and the big number at the top starts nagging me about it immediately. The folder never once told me anything was late. It just sat there, alphabetically. This shouts, which is what I'm actually paying myself for. Write test invoice out again before it pollutes my real books. One thing's missing, and it's the kind of thing only your own books would miss. These have no numbers at all, and my real invoices are up in the 40s in the old folder. And someday, an accountant is going to meet both sets. So this draft here, number these, carry on from 48, same format as the old ones. Off it goes. And when it's done, every invoice in the list has its number, and the series carries straight on from the folder it replaced. My accountant never has to know the tooling changed halfway through a year. So that's my back office now. One page that knows who owes me money and goes red when somebody's late, with the whole month's drafting down to one press, and building it took less time than one of those folder mornings used to, which I've decided not to think about too hard. If you freelance, or you run a tiny agency like mine, the boring app you keep meaning to pay for is a couple of sentences away from just being yours, and yours won't charge you monthly. And it will never ask you to track an hour. Chow's in the description. Ship it.